Welcome back, everybody. Today we got a little bit of cleaning and organizing to do. Pulled the truck and the camper out of the shop building. I got the truck cleaned up. Well, not scrubbed, but just sprayed off. The building over there is so dusty, it's just terrible. So we're gonna get the camper cleaned up. We're gonna go through it, try to get things reorganized and cleaned up, because we've not been camping in a while, and we're gonna try to go camping this weekend. And the camper's a mess, and we got some new stuff to put into it. So I'm gonna show you some of that, because I'm excited about some of the things we got. And we're gonna get cleaned up and prepped for a trip, so you can kind of see some of what we got in the camper. Some of you probably hadn't seen the camper in a while, maybe not at all if you're newer to the channel. And we're gonna try to go camping, but we got to get this thing revamped. Battery's dead, it's filthy, needs to be everything pulled out, cleaned, put back in. So we're gonna work on that today. Would you look at that beautiful clean camper? It's actually not that clean because it needs a good hand scrubbing. Like, you can see the dirt there that won't come off with the pressure washer, and the dents and the chipped paint everywhere. But you know, it's a Suburban camper, so it's got a certain level of character that is brought on by miles and rough terrain and things like that. So cleaned up. I need to get it over there and try to get our battery charged up, because it's really dead. All right, guys, so I gotta see if our battery will take a charge. So what we have is, under the back end here, we've got a 17-gallon water tank and then a 200 amp hour gel battery from Renogy. And we've had the battery for 3 years now, so it's getting a little bit old. It's been a good battery for the most part, and we have really abused it. This is at least the second or third time I let it die 100%. I don't know. Last time I had to take it out, basically, and disconnect it from all my systems to even get it to charge. That's how low it got. And that's my fault for not putting a trickle charger on it when it's sitting in the building. It is showing 0 juice. So let's just see. I'm gonna see if I can get it to charge. If I can't, I may have to disconnect everything, connect directly to the battery and do some stuff. And I may not be able to revive it. I want to go to lithium at some point, I think, but we haven't got around to that. It's really expensive. So at some point we got to do a battery upgrade. But that battery currently runs all the systems in here, the fans, the fridge, all the different systems that we have. So I need to get that charged up. Otherwise it's really hard to go camping, because like our water tank, our pump runs off of that, our fan runs off of it, all our lights. So hopefully I can get our battery revived, but we'll see. So we haven't been camping in so long. I still got diesel heaters and stuff in here because it was cold the last time we went camping. So we're gonna get the diesel heaters out. I usually carry my propane in here. I'll put probably the bathroom tent back in here. We carry a variety of things on this toolbox on the front, splitting maul, hatchet, things like that. And we got a ton of stuff in here that needs to be sorted out. As you can see, it is just a mess because we didn't clean it out after the last time, really. So we'll pull all this out, clean everything, and then stick it back in. And then we got quite a bit of rearranging and cleaning to do on all our kitchen area as well.
Marvin was in the camper. My tummy was full. And my stomach was full.
got most of the stuff out, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Mostly empty in here, but we still have a lot of stuff in the cubbies here. Like we got our vests from hunting, we got rope, we got spare wire for some reason. We haven't done a deep clean on this thing in a while and just pulled everything out. We got some of our giant checkers. We keep a lot of the kids' clothes and stuff like that in here. We got clothes in here that the kids have probably outgrown because we haven't been camping in a little while. This is for our awning, wipes. This is for our shower deal. We got lots of stuff in here. Go fish. Anybody want to play go fish? We got some part of a. Oh, we got the little kids. This is our miniature high chair. We can set this on top of a table or something. We need a new one. This one's getting pretty rough. It's been through a few kids now, but it's got a little tray that goes on it. That's real handy. Got some 22 hollow points there in case we go squirrel hunting. No telling what we got in here. Oh, there's a tire kit. That needs to go in the vehicle probably instead of in here. Some kids' books for story time. So there's no telling what all. What are you doing? You eating the checker? You gonna play checkers? She likes to play with checkers. And then lots of storage over here. Raincoat, tripod. There's just all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna get all of it out and then we'll repack. We got our fans up here. The battery's charging. Those fans are a game changer here. I got my smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector. I don't think we've got anything, spare fuses. Don't really have anything in that compartment. We don't use the compartments under the floor a whole lot. I got my electrical fuse box and everything in this one, but we don't use these a whole lot. But on long trips, oh, what? I got Mountain Dew. Good grief. This is the jackpot. All kinds of flavors. Look at that. Those have been in there for a while. What else we got? Ugh. Got some crackers. Always got to have the crackers. We use these two up here especially for like bulk food storage when we're going on a long trip, because we can stick a ton of stuff in there that we can't fit in the kitchen. And like when we did our week-long trip out west last year, I don't think we went to the grocery store at all. We might have gone once to get like some fresh stuff, but for the most part we packed everything in here for 8 people to live out of this for a week. Let's see what we got in this one. I need to put some handles on these. We got coffee, sugar, flour, corn, tomato, peaches, popcorn, diced tomatoes. Man, we got all kinds of stuff in here. Oh, that's about it. So, some of these may be expired. They've been in here so long. That one's expired. I wonder when we put that one in there. That one expires next month. So we'll use that on a future trip. It hasn't been that long since we camped, but there's been a few things. We collectively put more and more stuff in here and then forget to take it out. We got towels and stuff, so we got storage up there, storage under the floor, all these compartments over here. So lots of storage in here, which is fantastic. We got our bunk right here that'll fold up against the windshield for one of the kids to sleep on. So we got a lot of junk in here and we need to get it cleaned out. So I'm going to pull the rest of this stuff out, and that way we can go through it, get everything repacked. We got our sleeping bags. Something that we always carry extra of, especially in the winter, is sleeping bags. Make sure everybody stays warm. And also, if you're camping with kids, especially young kids, like this one right here, it's not going to be long and she's going to be potty training. And when you're potty training a kid, highly recommend spare sleeping bag or 2. We also have little pads we put in there, like you'd use at home in the bed to help in case they have an accident. Help keep that sleeping bag from getting anything on it. But sometimes it happens. Most of the time it happens. They crawl off of that and they end up making a mess out of their sleeping bag. You'll be doing it soon. But yeah, in the winter we carry a spare one. And also if anybody gets sick or anything like that, it's just nice to have spare bedding. Highly recommend spare bedding. We got all our chairs. We got our annex, our bathroom tent, the kids' table, the toilet, our sleeping pads up there that we throw down on the floor in here, so this whole space becomes sleeping space. I put a drop cloth down in here so that we can put all of our stuff. So if anything's getting kind of messy, like our table being out in the rain or something, we put this drop cloth down, put everything on the drop cloth, and that helps keep our floor from getting anything on it. We got these are for our windows. Sarah sewed these up to cover our windows. This one still needs a cover put on it, but those act as extra insulation and window covers to block light and give privacy and that kind of thing. So a lot of stuff that goes into this. Sometimes I forget how much work we've done on this thing, and I still got a lot more to do. Like, I haven't finished the trim in here. I need to paint it again because the paint's getting kind of rough. I still want to do solar on this thing. I need to redo the whole battery, kind of revamp my power system. Other than that, though, the thing has been working really, really good. So we keep cleaning, get everything out of here, and then get it packed back in.
Yeah.
All right, we got everything unnecessary out, got everything cleaned as much as we're going to clean it. And now I'm going to show you how we put things in and kind of explain why, because there's a balance to it. And the more you can organize and put things in a functional fashion, the more efficient it is when you get to camp. So the first couple things we put in are right up here in the front. We put both of our sleeping pads up here. This one stays just like this, and this is a bed for some of the kids. This one we keep folded in half, and then when we're ready to set up the beds, we just unfold it and slide it that direction, and then the whole floor in here is now bed space. We also throw all the sleeping bags and pillows and that kind of thing right up here in the front. And that just puts all of our lightweight stuff up here to the front. Because of the way our camper's designed, the lighter stuff we put in the front, the heavier stuff we put in the back, that kind of helps balance out our tongue weight a little bit and keep it from getting too heavy. So light bedding stuff up front, and then we work back and get heavier as we go. Next up, we spread out our drop cloth right here, and this just helps protect our floor from scratches and scuffs when things are moving around. And also, anytime we got to throw something dirty in here or got some dirt on it, it just helps keep some of the dirt and leaves and stuff like that out of the camper. And then we can just pull this out, shake it out when we get to camp or whenever we need to. It just helps minimize some of the mess. So the next thing we put in is our tables. That's our kids' table where they eat, and then we've got a kitchen table we put on top of that. I'm not gonna put it in right now, but usually it goes right back there. Then we put our ladders for our rooftop tent in. They go right here in the back. Next, we throw our annex for the tent back here as well. It's pretty heavy, so it's a good item to get to the back of the camper. Now we usually stick our toilet right here, and then we can put things around it to make sure it doesn't tip over. And it's also handy because where this is at, it's fairly easy if we need to and we're on the road and one of the little kids needs to go to the bathroom and we don't have time to get anywhere, they can hop in the camper and use it in here. And we usually use our chairs to kind of go around that or to throw in the back. Chairs just kind of go wherever we need them. And that's pretty much everything that stays in here all the time. Now, depending on the trip, we'll fill the rest of the space in with crates. We'll put, like, whoever's going to be up in the tent, we'll put their clothes into a crate, so you can just grab your crate or a bag of some sort, take it up to the tent when you go. So you can put it in, take it up, take it in and out real easy, keeps it organized and sorted. We'll just stick that in here. Sometimes we'll have extra battery banks. We'll stick those in here somewhere. Any of our other stuff that we need to, we just pile it in here. All right, now that we got this area organized, we'll jump back to the kitchen and work on getting the kitchen cleaned up and organized. All right, we're gonna clean up the kitchen here because it's a mess. So we're just gonna pull everything out so we can clean it, and then we'll put back the things that we wanna put back. And we got a bunch of new stuff to show you for our kitchen, and we're gonna get that put in here. So guys, we got some new stuff for the kitchen here. This is from Wealers, and we're gonna see what we got. I'm kind of excited because they got some pretty nice looking stuff. say that. It looks like they come with some really nice bags, which is nice when you're doing a lot of traveling stuff because it helps keep things from rattling around as much and helps you keep it all organized, which is always nice. This is a pots and pans set, some form or fashion here.
I'm lacking my handle.
Handle's right here. Have a handle.
Maybe.
These are all shiny. Stainless steel, which we prefer, like stainless steel stuff, and obviously we use a lot of cast iron. We do a lot of cast iron cooking, but those are two preferred things to cook on. This is a good sized pot.
Yeah.
You can make some soup in that. That's bigger than I was expecting. That's actually big enough to make a pot of soup big enough for all 8 of us.
Built-in colander.
Slash. Where's that, like a steamer type
Or
thing?
steamer. Maybe steamer.
It would work as a colander though.
Doesn't
It's got a handle. Does it fit in like
it
that
fits
pot?
in this, yeah.
So you could steam some veggies
I guess.
if it sits.
I don't know. If
You
you're
could
boiling
use it to
something.
deep fry.
Oh yeah, you could. But if you're boiling something that needs to be,
Make it easy to pull out.
just pull it out and then dump the rest of the water in.
Help keep your pot cleaner a little bit. Some nice handles. Feel heavy duty. We're gonna make some good food with these. You're gonna make good food. I don't know how to cook.
You do too.
Got the little
This
port,
is fit.
the little
This
port
as well.
spout.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. But they still nest, so it sits. There's a beetle. It sits down in here, but it sits on top of that. But that is,
Handy.
it's a nice set of pots.
Much better than Teflon.
And they got the folding handles, which is always super nice. Nesting is a huge deal when it comes to getting stuff for camping. That's what makes the camping stuff good, is if it's nesting, because you can fit all of this stuff into a really small package.
I think it goes in the.
I think that was on top.
On top? There, yeah, you're right.
Super compact. And yeah, you can cook a lot of stuff with that. Like that's
Yeah.
basically everything other than your cast iron. That's all the pots that you need to do soup and other little things.
Yeah. Even the skillet is a better size skillet than what I was
Yeah, we had like
anticipating. I was
some
thinking
little
it was
ones
gonna be
before.
something itty
So
bitty.
that is
decent.
that is very nice. This feels heavy. Probably means this is a lot of. We got bowls. These are like smallish bowls, so these would be really good size for the kids.
I think these are.
Maybe these are more of a platter. This isn't really a bowl. This is a bowl. This is like, could be used as a bowl, but it's also kind of plated. It's like a hybrid, almost, between a plate and bowl.
They're like miniature whatever these are.
There's 4 of those. Yeah, so this is, I don't remember what this is called.
Very similar in shape. It doesn't
I will
say.
try to put links in the video for all these so you can look up the stuff that we got. There's 4 little bowls, 4 big bowls, 4 of these little dishes, and 4 of the big ones. And then there's also more dishes.
Hang on.
Which is
hang on.
fantastic. When you have 6 kids like we do, we go through dishes in a hurry. So having
Piece of pie. Throwing it on the ground.
a smaller bowl versus a bigger bowl. This is good for the little kids. This is good for big kids or adults. So we use a lot of stuff. Should also work well for scaring the bears away.
Not long and these aren't drastic. Size, I don't think. These are just a little bit small.
So for these, that's a lot of dishes.
It is.
So these are.
Those are like.
They do have nice big sides, which is.
It's handy.
It's not like quite a normal plate, but it's also kids aren't going to dump stuff off so much when they're trying to walk over to their chair potentially.
You also have a rim because since it's like metal, if it was less of a rim, you're gonna be like underneath. You can get your hands away from the heat.
Yeah.
So that might be more
True.
beneficial too.
So that's like
4 times however many stacks.
I don't know, a lot of pieces,
4 times 6, 24.
but super compact. So which space efficiency is key. All right, we'll look at that in a minute. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this one. What's this one? I like these round bags. They're cool.
I feel like my face is going on. There's a lid.
Ooh,
I think it's a lid. Lid, isn't it?
another lid. It's a shield.
It's a shield. That's a lid. They're very, very compact lid.
Ooh, this is like just an entire nesting pot slash, like you can use these for mixing bowls and
That's what I
stuff
was
too.
thinking.
Because we need lots of mixing bowls type things. So nice space here.
Okay. I'm gonna go pull out that other one and compare the size of the pots. Are they
The
the
pot
same?
we've been using,
It's in there. Under the bowl. Under the bowl. It's like you can put the whole thing in it.
Just for reference, these are some pots from like Bass Pro or something. And these are like non-stick. We haven't had them that long. I don't know if you can see in there, but the non-stick is just scraping off because that's what non-stick does. So basically terrible for you. And it's tiny compared to this one, and this one's smaller than this
Is
pot.
it?
Yeah. So these are junk in comparison.
Okay.
These are much, much nicer. And there's more of them, and they all fit together, so.
Use them as a helmet. Perfect. It's great. I think the kids are having a blast.
If we ever get stuck in a hailstorm,
That's what I was thinking, like helmets for a hailstorm.
everybody grab a pot.
Man. I love how like flat these are.
Yeah, these are super
They might be
flat on
hard to
top.
grab with a
If
pot
they're
holder,
hot, they might be
but
a small issue, but
I
for
don't-
not sticking up, minimal height. We're going to see in a minute what fits in our drawers. These are going to be tall, so these won't fit in our drawers. These might fit in our deep drawer. We'll find out
you want
here
your,
shortly.
your container.
So these are
Cups. You can see that much.
little,
Tumblers.
nice little cups. And they stack really compactly, which is a big deal for, like that's super compact for 4, which is really nice. And they're gonna be way more durable. Like we've got little plastic ones that we've used, like cheap Walmart stuff, and we've like dropped one and somebody stepped on it and it just broke into pieces. So these are, they feel nice. Like the set of 4 feels hefty. They'll be a little bit heavier, which is always something to think about when you're traveling, but durability is also really important. Some of these would be nice for, because they've got their bags and stuff, we can pull them out of the camper quickly if we want to go canoe camping or kayak camping or something like that.
Yeah.
If we need to grab certain things, they'd be in kits where we can throw them into a boat or something pretty easily. So that'll be nice. What do we got here?
Silverware.
This is a silverware set. So there's 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 knives. Chopsticks. I don't know how to use those.
Either. I don't know.
Well, let's find out. Ooh, I think I know what's in there.
Spicy thingies.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be nice because
I don't know how to open it. This is gonna open.
ooh, they got variable
Sizes.
variable sizes in the holes. That will be super nice. Put our most common spices in there. If we need more, we'll get another set. But obviously, with all the kids, with a big family, a lot of cooking is going on, and we do a lot. Sarah does a lot of stuff from scratch, like everything. So we definitely carry a lot of salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic,
Cayenne pepper, chili pepper,
usually garlic.
garlic and onion powder.
Garlic and onion powder,
They're my top.
and salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Ooh.
Now this is like all the rest of the kitchen stuff. So
Glass or is it plastic? Plastic.
got a spatula. You gotta have that spatula for when you need to, you know, flip some burgers or smack a grizzly bear.
Your dipper.
Got us some tongs for when we eat cow food. Or
Cow
for,
food?
or for turning hot dogs, rabbit food,
I don't know what you're talking about.
anything, green stuff.
Um,
Couple more little spice containers.
hey.
These are just little plastic ones, so maybe salt and pepper. A can opener. This is very important. I can't tell you how many times we have forgotten the can opener because we don't have a dedicated can opener. Like I have sat
We have
down.
one good can opener, period.
Yeah, we have one good can
So it
opener
goes
at
home.
home, and then we always forget to bring our can. I've had to take a knife and cut the can of beans open at camp, risking all of my fingers in the process. So now that we have a kit with a proper can opener that will stay in the camper, maybe I won't lose any more fingers.
You need that? You need a knife?
Got some gloves, knocking it. Bottle opener, can opener.
Jelly opener.
Yep, that will be perfect for opening our jars of homemade jelly. Muscadine, wild grape.
What would I use that for?
I don't know.
Pulling biscuits out of the oven so I don't get burned.
I can use this to, if I don't have my
It
game
probably is
shears,
supposed
these
to
are
be.
heavy duty enough I can use this on cleaning squirrels. I can cut the legs off. It's got the little notch and everything. It's basically like a set of game shears. Plus a bottle opener on it. That will work for cleaning squirrels if I need it.
Ooh, these got like things you can't lose them.
Cheese grater. And a stabby thing.
This will be much less
With a little sheath is nice.
Space consumption.
Yeah, that's
saving.
a nice compact cheese grater.
Compact. That's the word.
Fairly small for our size family, but it'll work.
Vegetable peeler.
Ah, here's the bear killer.
Ooh, that was sharp.
Yeah,
You can actually do stuff with that one too.
that'll
Bear
work.
killer.
Bear killer.
I don't know
We're
where
never
you're
gonna get all
camping.
this back in the bag.
I
in
don't
the
know
right
where
spot.
you're camping at. Hey,
And
cutting board. Professional.
a cutting board.
It's professional.
It's a lot of stuff in a little package. Pretty
forgot
much
this.
all the main stuff you would need. Yeah,
Like your
and
little cleaning thing.
cleaning rag.
Probably,
Just
might be.
like a wash rag
I don't know.
for cleaning your dishes. But
Maybe.
this is most of the stuff. So
We missed
we're
one.
making
missed one.
burgers. We got this. Making
What's this?
soup. We got a
Oh.
ladle.
Your scissors and the sheet.
We got scissors that are also good enough to cut squirrel legs off. We got a big fork for when we got to stab like a roast out of the Dutch oven. Plus a spoon for getting those potatoes out from around the roast and the onions. Those onions that are down in there. Plus our cutting board and all our knives for chopping. Some cheese, summer sausage. We're slicing up some steaks. So, fantastical. A lot of stuff in a little pouch. I likes it. Now we're gonna try to figure out where all this stuff is gonna fit in the camper and what of our cheap stuff we can now not carry in the camper because we got much nicer stainless steel stuff. So super excited to get to use these. Some pretty nice stuff. All right, guys, we got everything packed in the kitchen here, at least the main stuff that's going to stay in here. We got a few more things to add. Of course, we got all our food and stuff tomorrow, but we got our Dometic fridge right here running off the battery. We got a little cook stove down in here. We got our big cook stove up here. We got our Weelers big pot and pan set right here. We got our coffee pot in here. This is our crate with our cutting board, and we'll put food and stuff in here. We got a drying rack for doing dishes. It's a little bamboo collapsible drying rack. That's real nice. Then in here, we got all the cutlery set in here, plus some of our old stuff for forks and spoons that we didn't have enough of with the new stuff. Cups and things. And then we got, this is mostly a food drawer typically, but Sarah usually has her spices in here. So we got the Weelers kit for the spices. We'll get those filled up. And then down here in our bottom drawer, this is where we put our heaviest stuff. So we got our Coleman ovens and our baking stones for those, our pans for baking in those. And then we got all these bowls and plates from Weelers right here. Super nice. Plus their other pot set, which we'll also use as like mixing bowls. So we'll kind of use the pots as dual purpose for mixing bowls and for cooking and stuff. So it's looking fantastic. We got to load up all the rest of our miscellaneous stuff in here, but I'm excited. These are some major upgrades to our kitchen right here, so I'm pretty excited about it, and Sarah will be too. She's the one that uses a lot of this and is doing all the cooking, the majority of the cooking. So I'm excited. We're gonna try to get geared up tomorrow and go camping because we haven't been in a while. So I think that's pretty much it. We'll make sure my battery charges. It's charging. Gotta run, I think the tank's still full of water from the last time we went, or partially full. Got to drain that, put some fresh in it, rinse that a little bit, refill that. Tent should be good to go. Everything else is packed, and then I just got to figure out what vehicle we're taking tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. We're either going to take the Tahoe or we're going to take the 8.1 Suburban and hope the engine doesn't blow up on it. It shouldn't, but it's one of those things. I don't want to drive it any more than I have to because of the oil pressure issues. So anyway, I'm gonna get this table put in, and we're gonna call it a night. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of our camper setup here. And we don't always have to do this much prep before a trip, but when you got as many people as we're taking with all the kids, it does take quite a bit of work to get everything prepped and packed and organized. The more things we have in here that stay in here all the time, we can just throw food, water, pillows, clothes in, then we can get going pretty quick. That's where having a camper versus tent camping and stuff, the camper is really nice because so much stuff is just here ready to go. We can hook up and go. Versus tent camping, you got to grab all your totes and all the different things you got organized. You got to pack all of it in the vehicle. So one nice thing about a camper when you're going with kids. But I'm rambling. It's getting late and I'm tired. So thanks for watching, and we'll see ya on the next adventure. Gotta grab the fork and just give me the look.
What look?
But you gotta be facing more that direction so the look can be seen.
What look?
That look right there. The look of, if you do something, you're gonna be in trouble. Quit goofing off. I'd look at you. that I found in the camper earlier. It is nice and chilled now. You need some sparkling grape juice that's probably expired.
Maybe inside, not outside.
Sure. No, it doesn't expire till September. We're good.